So let's have a real but uncomfortable conversation. If you plan on buying a home in 2024 and you know you're seeking some down payment assistance or using 100% finance loan, or you're not an A1 buyer, you should not be waiting at all. Because the longer you wait, the less probability that your offer is going to get accepted. Hear me out. As we go into 2024, what we're seeing now, I'm filming this in mid-January 2024. What we've seen so far is that more buyers have come onto or into the housing market, causing it to be more competitive. And as competition increases, that means the offer will increase. It will increase not just in price, purchase price, but in the competitiveness of the terms. And if you're a buyer out there using a down payment assistance program, let's touch on that first. That offer, while it may be asking price, it may even be above asking price, it's not as attractive or appealing as an offer without down payment assistance. Why is that? Sellers want security. They want to know something's going to get done in a given time frame. And when you have down payment assistance, typically, I would say majority of the time, there's a lot of red tape and just bureaucracy stuff that delays or slows down the process. And a lot of times sellers are actually buyers. So the longer it takes for them to sell their home, or the uncertainty, the longer it takes for them to move forward with their life to buy that home that they're wanting or moving to. They want to avoid any possible hiccups. Yes, your purchase price, your offer may be more than an offer without down payment assistance, but because they're not just dealing with you and the lender, they're dealing with some program that needs approval, it has their own inspections and want different things, they cause their own delays. So reason why you should act now or sooner than later is because as we go on further into the winter and into the spring buying season, more buyers will come to the market, and that means there'll be more competition and more offers. And if you want the seller to seriously take a look at your offer and consider it, it's best to do so when they're not looking at any other offers. Make sure you're the only girl at the dance, therefore making you the prettiest girl at the dance. Or guy at the dance, if you want to be correct. So that is why if you have down payment assistance or getting down payment assistance, you should not be waiting or sitting on the sideline to where it's convenient for you and your family to move. No, you need to act when the market conditions say you should act so you can get in and buy a home. Now, if you're getting a 100% finance loan, a VA loan, USDA loan, or just a 100% loan, some of these lending institutions and banks offer 100% loans. If you're presenting an offer and you're using a 100% loan, as I mentioned earlier, sellers want security. And that's not saying you don't have any funds, but it doesn't look good to the seller if you're coming to the table with nothing out of pocket. You're not putting anything at risk. So that doesn't give them some assurances that, okay, this person is not gonna walk away. This person is very serious about moving forward, because it's a 100% loan. You're not losing anything if you do walk away. So the best time to get that loan accepted, if you're using 100% finance, is when there's little to no competition. Again, you wanna be the most handsome person in the room. And one way to guarantee that is if you're the only person in the room. So you want to beat the competition before other buyers come into the market offering on that property, and they may have an FHA loan, which isn't 5% down, but they're putting 3.5% down. That's more and seems more secure to sellers than your 100% finance loan. Also, if you have a VA loan, you should act sooner than later to avoid the competition, because you don't want to hear this, but it's just the honest to God truth. VA loans should be considered as gold. You served our country. Your service should be acknowledged and awarded. But I have to tell you this, when sellers are presented an offer for a VA loan, they meet that offer with some trepidation, because there's a lot of hoops to go through when considering a VA offer. Let me tell you a couple of them that you don't typically have to go through if it was a conventional loan. The VA appraisal process, that is a beast in and of itself. So the home may appraise normally with a conventional loan without a problem, but because the VA has its own appraisal process, it may not appraise as much. Typically the VA appraisals are lower than what a conventional appraisal is. And if the appraisal comes in low, the seller may have their hands tied and have to accept that lower appraisal, that lower price, because if it's a VA loan and it's 100% finance and you don't have the funds as a buyer to meet that difference, the seller would be very frustrated because they would have passed up other offers, conventional offers that may have garnered them more money and not had to deal with the VA appraisal. And not just the appraisal. VA homes have a different inspection as well. So not only is the appraisal typically stricter, the inspection process is more stringent as well. Things have to be fixed and updated before the seller can sell it to you, the veteran. And oftentimes, the seller is the one coming out of pocket to make those fixes. So again, if you're on the sidelines waiting and you're using a 100% finance loan, in this case a VA loan, you should not be waiting. You should take advantage of the market conditions before you're competing against other potential buyers that are not using a VA loan, because while it is a gift and people should seriously consider VA buyers because of the service they provided our country and the sacrifices they made, in practice, people are selfish. They're only concerned with how this impacts me and my situation. And VA buyers add extra stress to the transaction because of worry regarding the inspection and the appraisal. You see, buyers like to think about things from their perspective, but in any negotiation and any business dealing, you should put yourself in the position of the other party to see what makes them tick. How can I move forward and how can we do this together by me easing their stresses and making sure that I am the best option for them. So buyers, if you have down payment assistance using a 100% finance loan, do not wait. Act sooner than later, because as competition comes to the market, you're going to be competing against other buyers that don't have those hurdles or challenges or red tape that you have to deal with. For more up-to-date and practical real estate news and advice, go ahead, subscribe to the page. I am Sir Ashley, your real estate advisor. Talk soon.